Caruth-Cochran House was built as a Victorian Queen Anne-style cottage around 1882 for George W. Caruth, a local attorney and noted businessman. While Mr. Caruth and his family lived in the home, his daughter Nanny attended the Arkansas School for the Blind, which was across the street, where the governor's mansion now stands. In 1895, Mr. Harry K. Cochran, president and treasurer of Little Rock Grain Company, bought the house. He built a carriage house in the rear yard, and the family lived there while doing extensive remodeling on the first floor and original attic around 1905. After this remodel, the home became the neoclassical revival showpiece it is today, with traces of Queen Anne styles scattered about. Mr. and Mrs. Cochran and their family lived here until 1960. By the end of the 60s, the house was chopped into a rooming house. In 1978, the home was restored by the Reverend Joel Pugh, the dean of nearby Trinity Episcopal Cathedral, and returned to a single-family use. During the 1905 renovation of the house, the library and drawing room doorways were changed to arch openings and trimmed with new columns and reef motifs. A leaded glass transom and lights were installed at the entrance. The grain motif in the decor was used as a symbol of Mr. Cochran's work as a grain merchant. The alabaster light fixture is original to the Cornish house and was gifted to the Pugh family by Mrs. Cornish. Windows in the parlor, dining room, den, and present study were enlarged and had leaded glass panels added. The bookcases were added by the Pughs during the 1978 renovation. In 1978, architect Charles Witzel of Witzel and Evans coordinated the restoration efforts of the Pugh family, which included residing much of the outside of the house, knocking out apartment walls, adding central heat and air, replastering, sheetrocking, rewiring, replumbing, and entirely redecorating the newly restored home. In this large room, during the 1978 renovation and restoration, the partitions dividing the space were removed to create a single room. The once coal-burning fireplace was enlarged to enable it to burn wood, and the mantel which had disappeared was replaced. The late Keith James researched and coordinated period-appropriate paint colors for the home. This room has served as a dining room, a bedroom, and a family room. The dining room is set off from the hall and stairway by Corinthian columns. It is the most originally intact room. The wainscot, beam ceiling, mantel, and stairs are of quarter-sawn oak and are original to the early 20th century remodeling of the home. The column capitals were hand-carved to also denote Mr. Cochran's profession as a grain merchant. The entablatures above the column cornices were rescued from the original Mount St. Mary's building and added by the Pughs during the 1978 restoration. The oak stair was installed at the time of the second floor addition in 1905. The original service rooms to the rear of the house were rearranged to create this spacious kitchen, pantry, and bath during the 1978 renovation of the home. These 4 bedrooms were carved from the attic space of the original house built by Mr. Caruth. The bedrooms were designed and built for the children of Mr. and Mrs. Cochran. During the 1978 remodel of the home, the Pugh family created a second bathroom on this level. In September of 2022, the Caruth-Cochran House endured a significant fire. Much of the kitchen and roof were destroyed, and the house suffered from smoke and water damage. It has now been painstakingly and lovingly restored by Donna Thomas and is now available for purchase.